What the dry bar is doing, they have a set price.
Right.
And if you're going over 45 minutes, you're eating into their profits.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want more hairstylists and barbers who work for themselves, who are business owners, to get that concept.
Yes.
It's not about a rushed service, but it's about profit margin. At the end of the day, this is a business.
Yes.
Building wealth has a lot more twists and turns when you're a business owner. Welcome to the Money Savvy CEO podcast, where we talk about entrepreneurship, money, taxes, and investing. I'm your host, Jen Druby, the hair-obsessed serial entrepreneur, tax specialist, and financial coach. Now let's jump right on in.
Welcome to another episode of Money Savvy CEO. I'm your host, Jen Druby, and I'm here with Kmari Aaliyah from Dreamer by K and Salon, located in Atlanta, Maryland. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm so glad you're here with me today.
I know. I'm excited.
So I know that you specialize in curly hair.
Yes.
Curly and color, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about why you chose curly hair and color as your specialty.
I chose curly hair because I want women to feel, girls, women, everyone, even guys too. I want everyone to feel just great about their natural hair. I come across a lot of clients that do not feel comfortable in their curls. Especially the 4C girls.
Oh yeah.
Like my 4C girls are just like not having it. They want to straighten, they want to relax, or they just feel frustrated. They don't know what to do with it. And of course, nowadays everyone has resorted to wigs and lace fronts and closures, that whole thing to kind of cover it up to get, I guess, the ideal look of what society says now. And it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. So a lot of terms and derogatory terms that I feel like in the African American community I don't use or I don't feel comfortable with. So like nappy hair or bad hair or that sort of thing, I don't associate it with curly hair at all.
So you don't use those words?
No, I feel like all hair is good hair.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there is bad hair or quote unquote nappy hair or, it's, I don't feel like that at all. I love 4C texture. I love the tightest curl texture is the best texture in my opinion.
What?
Yes.
I love that. And I love that as a hairstylist, you are saying that boldly.
Yes.
Because I do feel that some women with that 4C hair feel intimidated or even shy to go to a salon because of their texture.
Yes.
And to hear that, you're like, oh yeah, bring it.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think that's awesome.
Yes. And color I chose also because color's fun. Color's fun, color's vibrant, color is color. And I just love that. And I also, so usually I try and convince my clients to get both. Like, you got curls? Okay, you're gonna get some color down the line too. And it's not in a like damaging hair way. It's more so in a, you can still have your curls and have fun too. And your hair can still be popping. Like your curls can still be popping. Everything can still be popping. Nothing has to be damaged. Nothing has to be, quote unquote heat damaged or damaged from color. I feel like it's not too many, or I don't see a lot of hairstylists focusing on the health of the hair. I feel like it's more so of the cover up, like let me install this weave right quick, or let me put on a wig, put you in a wig, or cover your natural hair, and I don't believe in that.
So that's the second time you mentioned wigs and cover-ups.
Yes.
So are you against?
I'm not against it, but I'm also not quickly for it.
Okay.
So wigs is okay, weave is okay. I'm never saying that it's not okay, but I see more in our society that that's just the first go-to. Like, let's cover it up. Let's get you another look. And it's like, no, but my curly hair is popping too. Like, like, and I feel like we don't embrace that enough, like what we were born with. And, I get all the time, ever since I even started being a hairstylist, even before, that a lot of people would kill for my curl pattern. And they mean that literally. Like, there are countries, there are other places that, would die to get this type of hair, meaning like, cut it off or, try and get it from overseas. And that's why we get, a lot of kinky, curly weaves and wigs and stuff, because people want the texture that I have. So it took me a long time to really embrace my hair as well. Especially the curl pattern, because the curl pattern that I have is more like a 2A in the front, and then the back is given more like 3B, 3C.
Yeah, I'm noticing you got some different curl patterns going on, and you do have some beautiful curls.
Thank you.
So when you style curly hair,
yes,
are you straightening it, or what are you doing to 4C hair?
4C hair, a lot of my clients, they want it straightened, and then a lot of my clients want like the protective styles still with their curly hair. So I still get the girls that want like flat twists, or maybe like a cutesy, it was like a braid design I did the other day. It was like twists and braids in the front, and then like the rest of the hair out in the back. It was real cute. So something like that. I try and convince people, or like, let me just play with your curls, or you gotta come in, or if they come in for a special like silk press or something like that, I'm like, okay, you gotta come back so I can style your curly hair, so you can see what your curly hair can do. Yeah, so I try and do that type of thing.
Okay. Now, what's your best or your favorite curly hair product right now? Because I feel like hairstylists is always changing.
It is. I'm gonna go with Olaplex. I'm gonna go with Olaplex Bond Smoother number 6, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that just sounds really complex. You gotta break that down for me. What is that?
Olaplex. The product itself is vegan. The whole line is vegan. It's a salon brand. They sell it retail for, of course, it's very expensive retail. But it's an overall brand of building bonds and making sure everything is stabilized more so. Keeping your hair hydrated, moisturized, all in one product to say.
Okay.
So what I named was the leave-in conditioner, and I use it on all of my clients.
Wow.
All of my clients. Every client that I have, I use it on, and it works perfectly fine, and nothing's too heavy, nothing's too, you rarely feel it, but it does enough for the curl pattern to, whether if it's curly or straight, it works.
Okay.
So that's why I like it, because you can kind of manipulate and kind of use it for different things, and you don't have to add too much with it either.
I was just about to ask that. Do you have to use a lot with it? Because with curly hair, I feel like it's all about product.
Yeah.
And so you're saying with this, you don't have to use much more?
No, you don't.
Oh, that's awesome.
Honestly, you can use it after you shampoo and condition. You can use it as a leave-in conditioner and like a curl styler too.
Oh wow.
So I like that. The less product, the better. So I'm finally at a point where I chose a brand to stick by.
Okay.
And like a one type of, one brand band type thing. Because, as a hairstylist, I feel like we're always dibbling dabbling, but the further you go in your career, I feel like eventually, you try and find what works and you stick with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. So when you say that, like what is it? One brand band.
I love that.
Band. So, and it's true. Hairstylists do like to dibble and dabble. I know that. I'm not a hairstylist, but I've been around enough to know it's like always the newest thing. So I'm really surprised that so early in your career, because you've only been doing this 9 years.
9 years.
And that you have a specialty. Because I'm telling you, I work with hairstylists and I have to like twist their arm to tell them like, hey, you have to choose a specialty.
Yes.
So how did you like realize that you come to that conclusion on your own? Like what made you say, I'm specializing in curls and color?
After I graduated high school, 2014, I decided to go natural. That's when I decided to go natural. And I'm a very curious person in general. So I was very curious about my natural curl pattern. How it was when I was younger. I've never seen it since I was probably like, 7 years old. So I've had relaxers majority of my life. You know, until I got to the age where it was up to me to do my own hair. So I did that, and I was liking it. I was loving it. My sister was already lax, my aunt. She already went natural, and then my sister went natural, and then it was kind of like I'm the last one to do it. So I was like, okay, fine, let's go, let's do it. And it was a beautiful transition. I didn't do like the big chop. No, I don't feel like I look good with short hair. That's just my opinion. But the curls were definitely coming in, and I was loving everything about it.
So that's when you said to yourself, I'm only gonna do, because you own, not only, but that's
not
like
only, but yes. My father helped me a lot.
Tell me about that. Because that was not what I was expecting.
So when I was in high school, I was living with my father. It was just me and him. And he kind of pushed me to do the cosmetology program at my high school. And because he knew I'm very artsy.
Okay.
So I'm very creative. I was like doing my makeup every day, playing in my hair all day. So he knew I was into that type of thing. So we moved to Virginia for my high school. And because my high school has the tech program, kind of like the, you know, they have, what do they have? They have like cosmetology, culinary arts, everything within that high school. Like I didn't have to go anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Take it as a class. So it takes 2 years, and I did it my junior year. I started my junior year, finished my senior year. And
so when you do it in high school,
yes,
you're in beauty school. Like, tell me about that.
Yes,
you don't have to go to cosmetology school.
That is the cosmetology school. So they cut it off. They separate. It may be like towards the back of the high school.
Okay.
But it's literally a whole nother section just for the programs, like the tech programs. Like there's a culinary arts classroom, there's a cosmetology classroom, there is what do they call it? Veterinarian for the pets and the dogs.
Oh wow.
What? So that's all like back there in the back, like towards the back of the school.
What school is this?
Thomas Edison.
Oh, I heard that school is amazing.
Yes. So that's where I graduated from.
Wow. Okay. And so your dad saw that you were really artsy
Yes.
and encouraged you to do cosmetology.
Yes. So he pushed me to do the cosmetology program, and I did. I loved it. I loved my first day in there. Everything about it was great. And they have the classroom portion, which is, of course, the theory, and then they have the salon portion also, which is practical. So there's salon chairs in there, and the salon sinks, you know, just like you're in a real salon.
Okay. And so after you're done with that, you take the state exam.
Yes.
And what was your first job in hair after that?
So my first job after that, I worked with this lady in is it King Street? It's like on King Street in Old Town, Alexandria.
Okay.
I worked with her for some time, and I started off doing Brazilian blowouts. She taught me the keratin and the Brazilian blowouts. So I wasn't doing curly hair in the beginning. It was more so kind of like slight wave, straight hair.
Okay.
For the most part, everyone was getting Brazilian blowouts at that time. That was the big thing.
I remember when that was really big.
Yeah. So I was doing that, helping her. I was her assistant. And then from then, my actual, I guess, full-time hairstylist job, I worked for Dry Bar.
Oh, tell me about that experience.
At the time, Dry Bar was an interesting experience.
Okay.
I did learn how to do blowouts, of course. I learned the round brush, and it was a good experience with my coworkers. I still talk to one of my coworkers to this day. She's like my fourth mom. Like, love her.
Okay.
But Dry Bar it taught me that time management is like a thing. And because they do 45-minute blowouts, and that's it. You have to, no matter how curly your hair is, no matter how much hair you have to be out there in 45. Like, you have to get your client out in 45 minutes.
Wait a minute.
That's what they pride themselves on.
So, are you timed?
I get for your manager, it's not like you have like a timer in front of you, but your manager, will kind of like, see that you've been over time or your client's been in there for some time. So, yeah. They kind of push you to get the 45 minutes in.
So I mean, I didn't know that.
Yes.
But I love it.
Yes.
And I love it because you know how typical, the thought of black hair salons.
Yes.
You're going to be in there all day.
Yes.
And, that's just such a bad business model. I mean, it really is.
It is. It is.
Because what the dry bar is doing, they have a set price.
Right.
And if you're going over 45 minutes, you're eating into their profits.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want more hairstylists and barbers who work for themselves, who are business owners,
Yes.
to get that concept.
Yes.
It's not about a rushed service, but it's about profit margin. At the end of the day, this is a business.
Yes.
And I'm just so glad you had that experience, though.
Yeah. It was a handful. It was a handful.
But do you think you took some of that? Well, you just did. You said you took that.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So are you constantly timing yourself, or at least more aware of how much time your client is with you?
I think now I'm more aware of my time. I'm trying to, still to this day, I'm still trying to, work quicker and, but still precise, still efficient, still making sure that things are rushed, but in the same time, trying to work a little smarter. Not
Exactly.
harder. Yeah.
Yes. I love that. I know.
Yeah.
I'm so happy and I'm smiling because I just don't meet people who know this already. I'm normally teaching this stuff,
Yeah.
but hearing it from you, I'm just like, oh my gosh, no wonder you're doing so well.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing okay. No, I'm telling you are doing very well. Because here's the thing, your clients don't want to be in your chair all day.
Right.
They have things to do.
Exactly.
And again, that's from their perspective.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want them in your chair all day either.
Right.
Because again, it's eating into your profit margins.
Yeah.
Your timing and your price and your products, all of that together is what is going to, come out with either, a high profit margin or a lower profit margin.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't understand that. So I just love that you had that experience. So did you go from dry bar to your own salon?
So I went from dry bar to, I used to work at, after dry bar, it was Blow.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that.
Blow dry bar. I worked at the DuPont location
Okay.
in DC. And then right when COVID came around, that's when they closed.
Oh, they closed. Like the business is not even
The
open.
business is not even there. Like at first, we just, we weren't coming for some time, and then I think they made a decision to just close it.
Now, was it just that location or?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into other locations.
Wow.
But I believe the business is just closed. It might be just that location. I'm not really sure.
How'd that make you feel? Closing, like a salon closing, not
Yeah,
like for a little bit.
A little defeated,
Yeah.
I was a bit upset. It's my profession, it's what I love to do. So to try and alternate going to retail and going to, other jobs is just weird to me.
Yeah.
But it's something that has to be, done. But that also plays in a part of money management. Like I wasn't managing my money to where, like 6 months down the line, I could have still been okay. Instead of having to immediately go find another job.
Yeah. So tell me about that. So money management. So with the salons you're working at, were you commissioned or was it employee? How was it set up?
So it was employee based. So we were paid by the hour.
Okay.
So I believe my starting rate was 16.
16.
I think it was
Okay.
about 16 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course plus tips.
Right.
And yeah.
And so with that, I know you mentioned having like a rainy day fund.
Yes.
Are you now, since COVID, I feel like everyone's money habits have either changed or at least we're more aware.
Yes.
So, so how did that impact your decision to start on your own? Because now, as a business owner, did you feel, okay, I could be the Blow, salon, or kind of take me through what you were thinking when you're like, you know what? I still believe in this and I'm going for it. I'm just starting my own.
I think I just feel like I always had that mindset. I just love hair. I love hair that much to where I wasn't thinking business. I was just thinking more so, this is what I love to do. So I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I think it took a while for, I think my family to get used to me being just like the hairstylist, like of the family. Like I'm, like that's just what I want to do. I don't want to do nothing else. I want to do hair. So I think that mindset, and then also I got an opportunity. My stepmother helped me get an opportunity currently that I work at now.
Okay.
Which is the salon in Lanham.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's like I'm right back, like where I'm at. I don't feel like I was behind, or I don't feel like, left out. I feel
Okay.
like, like I'm back in my element.
Okay. So is the salon you're at now, is it a booth rental setup?
So it is commission based.
Okay.
And of course, plus tips. So we receive the tips and then the product sales.
Okay. Now, is this your first time doing commission setup?
This is my first time doing commission setup.
Oh, so tell me, how do you like it?
It's risky. I'm going to be honest, I did not think I would be doing as well as I'm doing now.
Okay, that's
Because
good.
it's only I think this upcoming week will be my 4th week.
Okay.
So, so far, in the first week I had maybe like 1 person a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm like at 2-3 people a day.
Okay.
So I just, I hope it builds from there, but I love all my clients.
Okay.
So,
And so so are you doing hair on the side as well? Or?
I am. I do house calls.
Okay.
So the salon is closed Sundays and Mondays.
Okay.
And those are technically, quote unquote, my days off.
Mm-hmm.
But I still take house calls on
Okay.
Monday, even if it's my day off. So
Now-
to me, it's no day off.
And that the salon is not related to the salon that you work at. Like, this is just all you on the house calls?
Yeah, this is solely me
Okay.
on the house calls.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Now, with commission,
Yes.
are they still paying your taxes? Or are they having you pay your taxes?
I think I'm paying my taxes. I have to pay my taxes. Yes, because I am 1099.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's okay because my dad, I have help. My dad is really the goat of this.
Okay. I love this relationship with your dad.
That is it. That is it. That is, I feel like my dad is every girl's dream of a dad.
That's...
Like, honestly. I wouldn't be in this position without him.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, and I don't want to sound like I don't want to talk about your dad.
No, it's okay.
But
I'm going to mention him a lot, though, because
Good.
he's my
No.
support system.
And I want you to.
Okay.
I want to get back to this commission thing.
Yeah.
And you being 1099.
Okay.
So, this is a really sensitive subject
Okay.
because a lot of hair salons
Mm-hmm.
and barbershops,
Mhm.
I see it more so in hair salons though,
Right.
they will set you up as commission
Mm-hmm.
and give you a 1099
Mm-hmm.
when technically you are an employee.
Mm-hmm.
So, do they tell you what time you have to be there?
I choose my own hours.
You do?
I do.
Okay. Do they tell you what to wear?
Yes. What, as far as how detailed are we going? As far as the clothing.
So, no, you tell me. So, what are they telling you?
It's just a color.
A color.
So all black.
And do they tell you how to do the hair?
No,
Okay. And you have full autonomy over your products?
I do.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go down the list, but I just want to make sure because a lot of hair salons,
Mhm.
and I'm talking to hair salons out there, if anyone is listening, be very careful
Yes.
because if you pay someone commission, there's like a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do an episode where I go over everything
Yeah.
that you want to make sure that you're doing if you have a commission-based salon.
Okay.
Because the IRS will really take you through the ringer if they find out that you really have employees, but you're treating them as 1099ers,
Right.
and forcing them to pay their own taxes.
Yeah.
The government is really sticklers for that,
Yeah.
and they will come after the business owner,
Yeah.
and they will make you pay back taxes. And I have seen it done.
Really.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So don't worry, when we get to that episode, I want you to go through and make sure you're checking off that list. Make sure you're really supposed to be a 1099er.
Yeah.
Because
Independent.
independent. Okay, so independent. So you technically are a business owner then. So my question to you is, how are you doing with taxes and paying those taxes?
So, I don't consider myself an official business owner yet
Why?
because I have to go through so much with the taxes that I haven't gone through yet. So my business, I still have to, because I'm still learning.
Okay.
So I have to, I'm learning now to separate the business versus the personal.
Yes.
You can't dabble into the business, mix it with the personal.
Correct.
That whole sort of thing. And then learning what to write off, saving the receipts and making sure that it's just a lot. It's a lot. So, but I'm here for it.
Okay,
I'm here for it. I want to learn it because, I see it done, like my dad's doing it. So,
okay.
I definitely am learning from him. So, I think probably around next year, this time around next year, I probably will be having my actual separate business and personal, and then paying the taxes with my business.
Okay.
And that whole thing. But I'm
gonna follow back up with you.
But I do have, the knowledge of it, what I have to do.
Okay, because I get that you don't feel like you have a business.
But it's I do, but I don't.
But you do.
Because it's not, the way that I see it is, it's not 100, it's not 1,000% legit because I'm not doing the back end work also of it. I feel like I'm doing the front end work, which is doing the actual business, doing the hair, doing the house calls, the prices, having the price, having the website, the Instagram socials, all of that. That's cool and everything, but
Well, Money Savvy CEOs, that wraps up today's episode. For more information, head over to moneysavvyceo.com/podcast for today's show notes and any special offers from today's sponsors. Also, don't forget to rate, and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep making money and keep it savvy.